2 4x4 inch boxes. So again, this is a 12-inch wide piece of paper. So I'm just going to draw a line at the 1 and draw a line at the 11 here, just so I know like how wide it's going to be. Then I'm going to draw a line at the 5 because this will be 1, 2, 3, 4 inches. And I'm going to draw a line at the 1, 2, 3, 4, the 7. So my boxes will be 2 inches away from each other, but they're 4 inches wide each, right? So I'm just going to drop my ruler down and do the same thing a few inches down so that I have 2 points that determine a line. So 1 inch, 5 inch, 7 inch, and 11 inches on my ruler. All right. So now what I'm going to do is just flip my ruler vertical, and I'm going to draw a light line going down my page. And I know it's not going to need to go from top to bottom, so I'm just going to kind of do it here. So I'm connecting my 2 lines together, and I'm drawing a light pencil line. You guys see that okay? All right. So I'm just going to wait a second before I do it the opposite direction. All right. So right now I have it horizontal. I'm just going to flip it vertical and do the same thing on the other side to make 2 squares. I'm going to probably draw a little bit darker than I need to, just so you guys can see it okay. So just know that you don't need to sketch that hard. I'm just going to go over my lines so they're a little bit more bold. And actually, my first line is kind of crooked, but that's okay. This one's crooked. I got to fix it now. It's going to drive me nuts. Okay. So now I'm going to measure, it's 9 inches in this direction, so it's a little off, but you can put your 4 inches wherever you want to put them. So I'm just going to go kind of towards the center of my line here, and I'm going to make a mark at 0 and a mark at 4. If you want this, I mean, be careful not to like move your ruler to the side. So if you want to do this a little bit more accurately, you're going to want to do it this way. So I'm going to make a mark at 0. Wait, how am I doing this? Oh, hold on. How am I going to do this? I guess it's 2 inches and 6 inches. I guess it's better just to do it on your page. Sorry. Don't listen to me. I'm only your teacher. It's not a big deal. Okay, so I'm making a mark at 2 inch and a mark at 6 inch. And then I'm going to drop it down and make another mark at 2 inch and a mark at 6 inch. And then I'm going to keep doing that until I have my perfectly spaced. All right, now I'm just going to connect the dots here too, but skip over the other lines. So I'm going to do a line here and a line here. And then a line here. And any way you want to do this is fine. This to me just made sense. Instead of doing like 2 separate boxes, I thought it would just be easier to do both of them together. That way you don't have to like, you can kill 2 birds with 1 stone basically. And if you are really picky, you can go through and delete, erase your lines because we don't need these external lines, but you don't have to. So those of you who have this done, you can go ahead and add that 1 inch by 1 inch grid. This you want to draw as lightly as you can. All right, so we're just going to line your ruler up inside of your square, and you're just going to make a mark at 1, 2, and 3. Drop it down, 1, 2, and 3. And then I'm going to very lightly draw in those guidelines. This will help you to repeat your pattern symmetrically, these grid lines. So I'm going to do that the opposite direction. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Connect the dots. All right. Got 1 grid down. I'm going to do my next one. And it's going to be very important that these are like pretty accurate, okay? Because if your design is off a little bit, when you go to repeat the design, it's going to look a little wonky. So, you know, don't settle for like super crooked lines. If you see something that's a little bit off, just use your eraser and fix it, right? All right, so I'm just going to pause. Again, let me know if you have any questions in the meantime. I'm going to label my sketch as well. So I'm going to say Coleman 11,620, and this is going to be my geometric. And then this is going to be my organic. So you may not want, because you took the time to actually like sketch these, you may want to just like play around on another sheet of paper with some designs that are just like thumbnail sketches before you settle on the two sketches, so you don't have to keep erasing. So for example, I could just flip my page over. I could make like a small little square here and just play around with that access line and go like, all right, I might want to do something like this, you know, play around with like a smaller version of what you may want to do. Just to kind of, here, let me zoom in on that, just to kind of see what they might look like if you were to repeat it. So then I could just, you know, eyeball this and go like, well, if I were to repeat this, it would look something like this. Looks like butts, so I probably wouldn't do it. But I can get a sense of my design, you know, just by doing some thumbnail sketches. All right. Well, lastly, I'm going to draw that axis line. Oh.